Hello everybody, welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial video. Today I'm going to show you how to build this super awesome hidden nether portal. So let's hit the button, go down below, stop by the vines, and teleport it through into the nether. So let's go back through, see how the other direction works. You see we're teleported onto these two little slime blocks. Those pistons were what pushed us into the portal and the vines stopped our fall. Now we're over here, we're going to hit the button and get bounced up on top of the ground. Everything's hidden, it's all flush, it's pretty compact, it's a super cool little design, so let me show you how to build it. Alright, well we've popped over into our redstone testing world so you can get a better look of how this all fits together, how big it is, how everything connects. It's about, what is that, 7-8 blocks tall, it's about 7 by 9 area, so you're going to need to dig down like 8 or 10 blocks, give yourself a little bit of space. For the materials you're going to need, it's everything in my inventory. For blocks, you're just going to need a bunch of blocks, whatever you want. You could actually use gravity blocks as well. Like you saw, sand will actually work up here too. So if you want sand or gravel, you can do that. Let's look at some of the other stuff. Sea lanterns, you can use any kind of lighting. I just, prefer block lighting. I think that looks the best in there. You're going to need 2 pieces of vine. And for the rest of it, you're just going to need a portal. So you could have, 14 for a full portal or whatever. You're not going to see it, so it doesn't matter. You just need 10. 13 sticky pistons, 2 normals, 6 repeaters, 4 torches, 25 redstone. And this is a give or take amount because of the way that you can set this up. You can see I got a couple different inputs here. So depending on how you do your little input, because you're going to want to hide this away somehow, you're going to need a little bit more, a little bit less redstone. You're also going to need 2 slime blocks to bounce yourself out of there. And any block that can't be moved by a slime block, and you're going to need about 9 of those. Words, brain, you can use melons, obsidian, whatever you want, but I think note blocks look the best. So once again, let's show you how this works. There's a few different ways that you could do this little input thing. I'm just giving you a button with a block so it's obvious, but you could do all different manners of hidden redstone. So we'd either hit this button, we could hit that button, we could hit a different button, but let's just hit this one right here. You can see we go down into the device, and I've left it not lit so we can see what's going on in here. So now you're in this little room. So when you come out of the portal, you're going to come over here, hit the button, be teleported up, or not teleported up, but bounced up onto the ground. Cool, so let's start building this thing. Alright, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to establish where your portal is going and where your ground is. So if you're doing this with an existing portal, what you can actually do is, if there was the portal right above it on this level, and you got your portal up here, and it's just, it's on the exact same coordinate, it's on the y, a different y value, and you want to change it, all you got to do is build another one, break that one, light this one, and they should sync up totally fine. And you can take away your first portal, and you'll have one underground that's all nice and hidden. Okay, so let's start with this. So you can see I got my my ground worked out, and I just made this little H so you can see where your input, output holes are going to be. They could go on either side, but we're just going to mirror what's going on over there. So let's get some of our materials out, show you how this fits together. So one of the first things I like to do is I like to put in the pistons. So you can actually get rid of that for now. And so I think probably the first part is probably going to be the easiest, so we're going to do that. And so what I'm doing here is I'm making a little jeb door. And if you weren't familiar with that, they've made these little piston devices really, really easy to build. You only need 1 tick of delay between this one and that one, and you can get, well, you'll see what we're going to get out of it. But that's what you want to start with, is your little design like this. So then what we're going to want to do is probably put in our buttons somewhere. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go with this design because I think it's the easiest to build, and it's pretty easy to kind of fit in anywhere. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your buttons. That is one thing I forgot in the description of the materials, but it should be pretty obvious. Whoops. All right, so we're going to take our buttons. I don't think it matters which kind. I like to use stone for the top, wood for the bottom. You could swap them around. I don't think it matters. So we're going to want to put our redstone that the buttons are going to activate. And then we're going to want to put a couple torches. Then we're going to want to get some blocks like that going to the bottom piston. Then we're going to want redstone, repeater, 1 tick of delay, both sides. You can see now the blocks are in the middle where they're supposed to be, but they have not extended upwards. So to do that, we're actually going to take the signal again like that. Actually, we can pop these 2 blocks out. We're going to want to put 2 blocks below, 2 blocks in front, a couple more, couple repeaters, couple blocks. You can see what's going on here. And these, you don't want delay with those. Those are going to be the first thing that's going to fire. Then we're going to connect it with redstone. Aha, now it's doing this crazy clock thing, so what we're going to want to do is cut this signal right here so these are not interacting with each other. And it should be good to go. It's going to be glitched out like this, so let's just hit it one time to reset it. See if it works. Aha. Well, not quite. This is a visual error, guys, but it's definitely working. So if it's not working exactly how it should, you can actually take this delay and actually extend it a little bit. So let's try this. There you go. So I had the delay a little bit too much, so you're going to have to fiddle with that one if you want. You can also patch in all of these blocks. These, you don't need anything here, so these can be whatever you want. You can make it look good. You could even have lighting in this spot. So let's just patch that up. And so that's that whole system done. That's the entire entrance system done. So what's going on here, if you didn't catch it, is, ooh, and we also forgot one very important thing. So let's throw that in here right now. So in these two blocks, you can see that this is the piston that you're going to be under. Then right here at your head level, you're going to want two more pistons. And actually, you're going to want to use normal pistons there. That's what's going to push you into the portal. So let's put a little floor, like so. And we're going to want to get out our vines. And this is where those go, is right here on the bottom. Alright, so now let's try this out. I think I got everything where it needs to be. Aha, and then we're pushed right into the portal. You see that? That's pretty cool. And so those pistons are actually activated by the same thing that's activating the rest of it. It's those repeaters back there. Okay, so let's move on. Alright, so this is pretty complicated to build, so hang in there with me. Let's put a couple more pistons over here. Ooh, these want to be sticky pistons, of course. And this is going to control the other side of the floor. You know what I mean. So we're going to do another Jeb door design like this. Super simple. And then for this kind of, for the input for here, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to get out our slime blocks. Put a couple right there. You can do this later, but I'm just going to do this right now. We're going to patch in all of this with our immovable blocks, words. So like so, like so. And then for this one right here, we're actually going to want to put, if I can get it, nope. We're going to want to put a piston in that spot. So let's try and figure that out. Can I do it? Can I Minecraft? There we go. All right, so there's your piston and everything like that. So then we're going to want a couple blocks back in this position with some buttons on the front. Okay, so these buttons are going to make you launch upwards, so let's connect this together with some redstone behind it. What you want to do is you want to go out until you're in line with these, then put a block, 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 take that one out. You'll see what that does in a second. So 3 blocks up, take out the middle. You want to put a torch on either one of those, connect them up with redstone, so then when you hit your buttons, those torches go off, which will turn off the power for this over here. So you're going to want to do a repeater, 2 ticks, or 3 ticks, or whatever you want to call that one. Same thing on the other side, and you're going to want to do that right out of the torch so we don't get a burnout here. And then dust in the front, and that's going to close those ones. Okay, so now you can see when we hit the buttons, floors get retracted, all is good. Now we got to do these 2 pistons, so the way we're going to do that is we're going to put blocks right here, blocks on this side, and then to avoid any burnout, we're going to use a repeater on the first setting from either side so it's symmetrical. You don't really need to do that, but there you go. This connects to that, and it's all ready to go. So let's test this out. Those are all in the right setting. All right, so let's pop back in here, and let's hit the button. Yep, you can see it. It's kind of visually glitchy, but it retracted and it went back in the same place. All fine. So now let's do the bottom part where it launches you up with the slime block. What you're going to want to do is you want to take some delay right out of this line right here. When you hit the button, you want to do a full delay into a block. Put a block down below like that. You're going to want to move your signal downwards. So piece of redstone. Then you can do something like this to connect this piston up. Then you want to do another repeater. So right now we've got 2 full delays into a block, into a redstone, and then we're going to want to do like another half a delay, so something like that. This repeater you're going to want to tweak depending on if you're in a multiplayer or not. It's going to, it's going to mess with you, but that's the timing thing you want to change in case you're not getting bounced up properly. And so one last finishing touch before we go test this out completely. I like to put sea lanterns in different places because I think that looks really nice. So let's throw a couple in there so we can see what's going on. So, guys, looks like you got a completed design in front of you. It should be working totally good. I'm gonna patch up some of these little holes just so it kind of looks better when you're going through it. But yeah, that's functionally done. So let me know what you guys thought. I had a good time making this build. Just so you know, one more thing I wanted to show you was I like to put stairs there. There's a lot of different ways you can make this button combination up here to make this whole design activate. I'm sure you guys are smart enough to figure out, you know, a more hidden method or something like that. That'll be a topic for another video, is hidden inputs. But anyway, I like to put stairs there just so you can kind of walk right up to it. You don't have to look down below you to see where you are. So that works pretty good. These won't grow here once there's a portal and all that good stuff. So let's pop back up. Alright, looks like it's working. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. That's going to do it for me for today. Let me know if you liked it. Leave a like if you did. Sub it if you love it. All that good stuff. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.